2.5 years ago, I created a website called Teen Authors Journal. It started as a personal blog, and after a bit of research and website design, I was able to turn it into something more. A community blogging site for teen authors around the world. Today is an important day for me because today, August 25th, 2018, I'm shutting it down. And in order for you to understand why, we have to look at the beginning. It all started when I was 12 years old. I had been writing for a while by then, and my dad thought it would be a cool idea if I created a personal blog. And so I got a URL, hosting service, and a sparkly blue website of my own. And so it began. I created posts, and slowly more people began to find them. And then I got a message. I won't share her name for confidentiality, so let's call her Ruby. It was around 2 a.m. on a school night when I decided to check on Teen Authors Journal. I noticed a message from Ruby in the chat that for the most part had gone unused. I just so happened to be online at the same time of receiving my very first message. "This website is amazing," she wrote. And so Ruby and I began to chat, and slowly we became friends. After a while of talking, she mentioned that she would love to be a part of a website like this, but really wasn't sure how. And that's when I got the idea to turn my tiny little blog into a community website. So I did, and Ruby was my very first member. I had a blast. I promoted, I scouted for new people to join, I even created a merch shop and signed up for some affiliate accounts to make a little profit. When adults heard that I created a community website like this, they were quickly impressed. They told me that as long as I kept it up, it'd help me get into college, that Teen Authors Journal could be the beginning of my career, that someday I could turn it into a non-profit, that it had potential to be huge. And so it started. The website began to engulf me. I was staying up into the late hours of the night working on it, fine-tuning it. I was constantly thinking of ways it could be better. I was stressing over the amount of members and how small of a community it was. I wanted it to grow, and slowly, it did. I made so many new friends, and with all of our contributors, we had hundreds of blog posts for teens to enjoy all over the world. People, they came and went, but the conversations they left behind would never be forgotten. Eventually, Ruby walked away from the world of writing. We kept in touch for a while. But the more Teen Authors Journal grew into something bigger, the more it began to burn me from the inside out. I was stressed, website issues began to pop up, and I had no energy to fix them. Promoting the site wasn't fun anymore, it was just boring. But I kept going because I remembered what everyone had told me. That Teen Authors Journal would help me get into college, that it would shape a path to a brighter future. But eventually, I just couldn't take it anymore. I felt like my life, my childhood even, was just being sucked away from me. So I created a blog post, and in it I said that in order to keep myself sane, I had 3 options. 1. Shut the website down. 2. Sell the website. Or 3. Give the website to someone new. In that post, I got some really nice comments. Everyone seemed to understand where I was coming from, and shared that the best decision would be to pass the website down to a trusted teen author. With some thought, I agreed, and after a couple of weeks, I began the process with one of my writing friends. We chatted about the website, worked on transferring over the social media, and eventually worked on transferring over the website itself. Unfortunately, we were both working on our own things at the time, and the transfer was left unfinished. At this point, I had spent several months working on this transfer, and I didn't want to spend any more time trying to find someone new. So that's when I decided to shut Teen Authors Journal down. And that brings us right back to here, me sitting in front of my computer, staring at this page. The website I've poured my soul into, the website I loved but also dreaded. In only a few moments, this page will no longer exist. So, here I go. Only a minute ago, the website was running, and now it's gone. Vanished, only remaining in the memories of those who were a part of it. And honestly, I couldn't feel more at ease. I'm dedicating this video to the 215 members of Teen Authors Journal. Meeting you was entirely worth it, and I hope to stay in touch with as many people as possible. Without you, Teen Authors Journal would have never existed in the first place. And special thanks to Ruby. Without you, I never would have lost those countless hours of sleep, Without you, I wouldn't have had to struggle with such a big decision like shutting my website down. But without you, I also never would have met some amazing writing friends. Without you, I don't know where I'd be right now. I don't know if I'd still be writing. I don't know if I'd still be on the same career path or going to the same high school where I've met some amazing friends. Without you, I don't know who I'd be. Ruby, I am so grateful you messaged me that night. I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but if you happen to be watching now or 20 years in the future, I want you to know that your one conversation that night probably changed my life. So a final word to everyone. Always follow your passion, but if that passion dies, don't be afraid to abandon it and hop onto a new path. Sometimes it's okay to give up, and people may say that by doing so, you're wasting so much time, energy, commitment, money, whatever, but that doesn't have to be true. For every experience, no matter the outcome, you learn something valuable. I know I did. This is Mel. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye.